You're watching CCN, Clarksville Community Network, produced by Goodwin Productions. Powered by CDE Lightband.
Many of you take pride in living in a city where it is most appropriate to shout, "Let's go P" at a sporting event. Austin Peay State University in Clarksville, Tennessee is home to many renowned athletes. Ellis is one of those athletes. Ellis was the first Black basketball player to play at Austin Peay State University. After hard work, dedication, and making a name for himself at Austin Peay, Ellis also became the first Black man to play in the Ohio Valley Conference. In an interview with the OVC, Ellis shared that he played varsity basketball at Burt High School in Clarksville, Tennessee.
I was born in 1943, April 20th. I'm a Taurus. Came to a point where we needed to move into town since my mom had been ill. We moved to Clarksville in 1949. I was growing pretty fast, although my coordination was terrible. We got into wanting to play basketball. I was a freshman moved up to the varsity, the only freshman. I was about 6'3" then, and so he started working on me. I had no coordination at all. I would fall over the lines on the basketball court. My first game that I got in, it was 20 seconds on the clock, and they told me to go long. And so I went down, and so they threw the ball to me. I was gonna get my first 2 points. I got so excited, I forgot to dribble the ball. I just ran to the basket and put it in. I don't know if I skipped school for a couple of days or not, but I really felt like I should, but I got past that. We worked real hard. We always had stories back in the day that Coach Whitney, we thought he was going to kill us, but we didn't have any other choice. We loved him. There were times that I think that he would give us 500 laps. My mom, at one point when it was just really getting tough, Coach Whitney was really pushing us. And she said, "Coach, you have to be so hard on him." And he would tell her, "Miss Ellis, you want him to win, don't you?" And we continued. When we started winning, it was not nearly as many questions about how tough you were. We weren't the tallest team. I was 6'3", I was the tallest. We were playing against teams that were 6'10", 6'11". We had such conditioning, and he got that out of Kentucky. And they had a fast-paced offense, which was a little different than we had here in middle Tennessee. We could score in 4 seconds. From the time you didn't even come down on the floor when you got the ball off the rebound. You hit the guy on the side, he hit the guy in the center, and the other guy got it laying it up. 4 seconds. We were really, really fast, and that's how we ended up winning the national championship. We just were too fast for a lot of those big teams. I think that really kind of started the beginning of my basketball career and my confidence to work as a team and what you could do as a team. Because none of us were superstars like a Michael Jordan or whatever, but together we went through the National High School Championship tournament as national champions.
Although he lived through a time where athletic scholarships were not often given to people of color, Austin Peay State University extended an opportunity for him to play basketball while earning his degree, which he gladly accepted. As a first-generation college student, Ellis excelled academically and athletically. With the support of his coach, teammates, and family, he remembers many young Black athletes getting scholarships to play at colleges across the nation shortly after he was awarded the opportunity.
I came back here on January the 13th, 1963. Never forget that. My first game was in Death Valley, and so it was pretty tough. I guess I was nervous a little bit. At the first game, you know, you've been practicing a year. The second game, we went to Moorhead. Coach played me 19 minutes, and I had scored 26 points. All the games as we went weren't always the same. West Tennessee was a tough area, and the University of Tennessee Martin didn't necessarily have a welcome flag out for me. In the first half, you know, there was just a lot of jeers from the crowd. They were throwing candy on the floor, pennies, and even using the N-word. It was a tough situation, but I still had the support of my teammates. I had two guys guarding me most of the time. They would bump me from the front and bump me from the back, and the referees weren't calling anything. And I think it probably was right maybe before halftime is that, you know, I kind of had all that I could take since the referee wasn't calling. And so I just got one of the guys off of me. I gave him a punch, and he went down, and I knew that I was going to get thrown out of the ball game. So the referee did call that one correctly. And I don't even remember if we won or lost. But there were other situations like that. There was one incident. I had moved into the dormitory. We were downstairs where the athletes all bunked together. My teammate stopped someone coming down the stairs to the basement to do bodily harm to me. They had burned a cross on the lawn, and so they stopped them, and they kept it from me for a few days before I found out about it. Almost in every case, they always stood behind me. Maybe I just kind of dismiss some of those things as you know, because it's not what everybody would do or how everybody treats you, and you know you just got to get past some of those to get some of the good things done. When I was 16 years old, I thought that if I could just talk to every white person that I knew that had a bias or was prejudiced, that I could convince them that I want to explain to you my situation, and I want to work with you and shake your hand, and you give me what you can share with me, and I will give you what we share. We may not even walk away with the equal amount, but I think we'll both be better off if we have the interaction. And over the years, I look at myself as being naive back then. And so I've learned to accept that, but I still don't feel negative about it. I still feel optimistic that something in that way can happen to help us have a better world. One of the things in my life that I'm so proud of, just me personally, is that I have constantly tried to ferret out the positives, and it has benefited me tremendously because it just keeps encouraging me, even though there are obstacles. My fondest memories is of the Red Barn and getting ready for the game and everybody being so excited. It seemed like there was not an inch of space left around the perimeter of the floor. If you hit a shot, you could get 20 high fives or slaps on the back by the time you got back up to the other end for defense. And we played very well there. My dad was very proud of me, and I was real happy that I was able to play at Austin Peay before he passed. Even back in high school, he had a reputation, and he would make every game. He made so much noise that there was a little space right around him. The support of Austin Peay has been there for 50 years plus. As a team, we came together and we made it happen.
Many of you may agree with me when I say these are some of the stories that help make our home, Clarksville, very special. I hope that you enjoyed getting a glimpse of these experiences because I enjoyed sharing them with you. I'm Sydney Hawkins. Join us again on the Clarksville Community Network.
For current and exclusive content, subscribe to CDE Lightband, connecting you at the speed of light.